name is Mrs. Deborah Anoluwapo Adebola.
Oh.
I have higher national diploma in microbiology in the year 2004. I actually wanted to be a microbiologist. So after my youth service, I went to some other schools. Maybe they will enroll me into school. They said because of the line of education I have, I would not be able to be enrolled. So fortunately for me, in the course of looking for a job, I got a banking job in Access Bank. So that's where I started my career in the year 2006 in Access Bank. So 2020, during that coronavirus issue, so banks started retrenching people. And despite the fact that CBN told all banks not to do that, but on May 1, I cannot forget that day, in the year 2020, we've actually been told that they will tell some people to go home, not because we committed an offense, but because they said they will not be able to pay staff salary due to that pandemic that was in year 2020. So I was part of those who were told to go home. We got our letter in May 1, 2020.
Okay.
I was at home that day because there was no movement, and a mail was sent to me. Immediately I saw it, I was not very happy. I was not happy. So I just quickly took the car. I went to the bank straight to meet my branch manager that I was part of those who were told to go home, that having worked for 13 years in the bank. So he also felt bad, but what he did is that he told me that he's going to do some things about it so that maybe they can recall me back. So while I was sad, I called my siblings, especially my younger sister. What she actually told me that, praise the Lord, that thank God for the liberty. And my husband was not around that day. So when he now got back home, I told him he was very happy that thank God, because he has been telling me ever since that I should leave that banking job. But I was like, how will I cope? Fear of the unknown. Which business will I do that can earn me that kind of amount that I'm earning every month? Because I was earning over 100,000 that time. So, but he was like, if you start a business, you will do better. But I did not adhere to his warnings. So immediately I called him and I told him that this is what happened. He was actually happy. He now said, now you can go and think about what you will do. So I was not happy about it at all.
What?
I did not blame God for what has actually happened. But I had so many fear in me because it was that month that I would clock 40 years of age. But my siblings were of the opinion that I should face my personal life, take care of my children and have time to do some other God. And at the same time, I was not blaming God. But it actually put me on my knees and put my brain to work. I can say it emphatically that I have moved out of darkness into light. Because when I was working in a bank, before we collect salary, I had an Excel on my system that I will impute Excel of what I will use my money to do, my salary to do. But now, I think I'm very much liberated. Is the only thing I want to say is maybe because I'm not like Otedola, but I'm comfortable with whatever I have. I have freedom to do whatsoever I want. And at the same time, you know, I'm now an employer of labor as well. Before that sack came, we've actually been thinking. But what I was thinking about is I wanted daily need, something that people use on daily basis. My mindset was actually on maybe I should be selling diapers, sanitary towels, tissue papers, like that. To the extent that I even went to some places that I can actually rent a shop to start. But I met someone, he also was an Access Bank staff. He decided one day to resign. He's now a distributor in Golden Penny, big man in Osogbo. So I now went to his meeting. He also, when that I got that letter, he also enlightened me that I should sleep and think about it. So what we actually did is that we started praying. And in the course of praying, it was even a night that my husband just tapped me in the midnight that, can you sell fish? And I told him yes. I told him that it's a daily need. So we now that I will sell fish. We now went to meet that man, Mr. Johnson, that we have this proposition in our heart that we want to sell fish. So he told us the nitty-gritty about it, that we should look for a place that is so close to the market that people can come to buy. And we also met Dr. Ojowuro, that is the state coordinator for BOI. He also introduced us to somebody, a pastor, that owns the Dade fish depot in Osogbo. So he connected us to him and we started the move like that. The benefit is that you will have enough profit and there will be a huge turnover. Though mounting that business might be a bit financial consuming, but if someone starts, because I started on a low key. Before I started, my husband told me that I must go and learn, because if I don't learn and I just dabble into a business I don't know, there might be a flaw, that it's good that I learn. So I went to, because when I was working in a bank, I have someone that I usually buy from on piecemeal fish. Her shop is in Fagbewesa. So I went to meet her that I want to start selling this, that I want to know how to use scale, then how to sell on piecemeal. She taught me. I went there for like 1 week. After that, I moved on to another place that they have a cold room, Ejade in Alekuwodo. So the manager taught me different kinds of cartons, different kinds of fish. That then I did not know anything about it. The only thing I knew was Titus, Aries, and probably Panla. I never knew that we have different kinds. Even these titles, we have different types of them. So I started like that, and that is how I started knowing it little by little. Learning is inevitable, and it will give that person a confidence, even when you are on theoretical let's say notes. You're on theoretical notes, and while moving into the practical aspect, you will not find it very difficult to cope. I was actually saving before that time. You know, I told you that I was saving. Anytime I collect my salary that time, I will save. After paying my tithes, I will slash the money into two. Put some in another account in another bank that I don't have access to. That was what I was doing. And my husband has actually foreseen this kind of issue, that one day it will happen. He on his own earnings, instead of him putting it in the bank, he actually diverted it, started doing fish pond. That time he had he had some cattle that he was rearing with some Fulanis. So that was how we were able to gather. So when it was time, my own savings, his fish pond, he harvested the fish, sold them, the catfish, sold them, and sold like 2 of his cattle for us to have fun to start that business. And at the same time, God was magnanimous in the sense that that sack actually turned out to another thing, to the extent that Access Bank did not have choice than to be paying me salary, even despite the fact that I was sacked, because CBN warned them not to do that. So that's my salary too that I was collecting. I collected salary from May till like November. part of my pension to fund the business. I was preparing for my future, but my husband was very much prepared about that time, because he knew that this my own work, it's not something I can leverage on, that at any point in time they can sack anybody. What I would tell those that are working, I would tell those that are working, that are employees, they should start preparing for the sad day, because the day is coming that can really turn to a good day for them, the happiest day of their life. Because anytime I remember May 1, I always remember that day I got that mail that I'm fired, I'm no more working. So they should start preparing their mind, and even financially, they should not just use their money after paying God. They should pay themselves. They should have a particular amount they are saving for that time that their organization will say you can go. Thanks to God for this Baba Omitoyin. He is the one that came that owns this bus stop called Ejatutu bus stop, because he has a lot of ponds there. So, and my husband rented like 2 ponds from him, that his son, Mr. Olaolu Omitoyin, is the director. Till now, he still directs, and some people can even invest with him. So my husband is the friend of that Mr. Olaolu. So immediately my husband just told him that this and that we want to start this, and he met his father with my husband, and the Baba said no problem, that we can start, that both business look alike, that it's a good business that we can start. So that's how we got that plan. It's near to market, although not very trekkable. To start a business, you must look into the location. Location is very important, where you can meet people's needs and where it can be accessible for people. We actually started with our church members. We have a society, Hope of Glory. That time they started encouraging us, they will come. Also, the manager of Edade told me that I should go to the market, that I should introduce myself. So during market day, I will go with flyers, meet all those market women, give them my flyer. We went into community, started pasting. Even my children also did, as young as they were that time, as they went into some houses, pasted the posters there for awareness. So at that time, our drive was not profit. Our drive was to drive customer to us. So as at that time, even despite the fact that there was the electricity we were using was much, we were not concerned about profit. All we were concerned is to draw people to our business, and that is what we are still doing. Profit should not be the first thing, because when all other things fall in place, when you gain customers' loyalty, profit will just come, let me say, by default. You will get profit by default. So the first thing is to gain a customer and to retain that customer. Customer retention is very important. First thing is our price. The second thing is the customer service. You know, because I actually had my career in banks, I know what customer service entails. Customer service, that time I usually have the thought that what we were saying in Access Bank, that customers are kings. In fact, my boss would tell me that customers, they are like God. They are God in small letter G. That when you see them as God in small letter G, you will not just take them without levity. So that was what actually my ultimate goal that time, that I should have good customer service. I should have good relation with my customers. We started on a low key, like I told you, but as our customer base was increasing, and our product was also increasing, so we had no choice than to start expanding. We started from 1 staff, before you know it 2 staff, before you know it's like 4 staff, and we are still hoping to build more.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Adabi Victor Olaya.
You are a staff of this company.
Yes.
When did you join them?
I joined them September 2021. In this environment are very lovely people, especially the CEO and the CEOs. Let me say the CEOs. I mean the husband and wife that owns this place. They are very amazing people.
What is your name?
My name is Adegoke Zainab.
You are working here.
Yes, sir.
For how long have you been here?
I'm here close to a year.
Close to a year. How do you see this place?
So I see this place as a training place in order to be a businesswoman also, not to earn more money or something like that. So I love this place for the training they are giving me because it's very nice. The training are very good, and this place is so much better, very well.
No, you just talking. What's your name? Obaloluwa Emmanuel. What do you see this place? Is it only the place to earn or to learn?
It's to learn.
To learn.
Yes.
So you are planning to become a businessman tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm also planning.
Wọ́n
ti kó blue white papọ̀.
So you are earning while you are learning, abi?
Yeah.
Okay, can you please advise youth on what to do? People like you that are waiting to go to university.
Yes, I can actually invite all of our youth that there should be come and work with us because this place is very okay, it's very good, and people that they own this place, they are very nice, good with us, and every other thing.
Your name?
My name is Adele Eyetunde.
Odele Eyetunde. What are you doing here?
I'm learning.
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 Everybody is talking about learning. Are you not earning money?
I'm not. I'm earning money, no, but I'm still learning.
You are learning. Okay. Like, what do you see? Do you see this place as a place of learning or as a place where you earn money?
I see it as a place of learning.
Learning. That is very good.
Daddy called all of us. Your mommy has been sacked too. This is what we are doing. And they all said, no problem, we sell fish. In fact, as the youngest of them, anytime customer is coming, she will be the one to tell customer, we have this. She will be showing them. She will open the freezer. We started with freezer. She will open the freezer one after the other.
Can you please tell us your name?
My name is Adebola Nance.
Adebola.
Nance.
Okay. Your mother told us that you are part of this business. What are your roles? What are the things you normally do? Speak louder.
I used to sell fish.
And
I used to welcome people.
you used to welcome people. Thank you.
Adebola Esther.
Adebola Esther. Okay. In this business, what is your role?
I like to cut and sell fish. I want to have
Something more than this. Clap for yourself.
She joins all the other staff to sell fish, to carry fish, to do all those things. To the extent of she will even want to cut. I'll tell them that she's not yet ripe to be cutting. The name is Mrs. Deborah Anuoluwapo Adebola. The name of my business is Efibeola Stomach Gate Enterprise. The name is the names of my children. Actually, it's supposed to be Efsiba, Efsibeola, but in the course of writing, my husband omitted Z when we were registering with CAC. So we joined 2 names together, Efsiba and Beola, my 2 daughters' name. But we now join them together, turn it to FC. Normally it's supposed to be Efsibeola, but because they omitted that Z, we just accepted Efibeola Stomach Gate.
Some people.
We have people that come, and also some customers that want to start. We enlighten them on how to start. My phone number is 080 38 82 08 46, and my Gmail address is jojofumi@gmail.com.
I hope you have gained tremendously from our guests. I want to humbly appeal to you to kindly subscribe to Lim TV Plus for more.